Sarah Elizabeth Parker, age 43. You died last night in your sleep, peacefully. You lived what you called a good life. Quiet, careful, ordinary. You weren't a murderer, weren't an abuser, never committed what the world would call terrible sins. But today, you discover something that will shatter everything you believed about yourself. Today, you learn about unintended consequences, about the ripple effects of choices you thought were harmless, about destruction you never meant to cause, but caused nonetheless.
I don't understand. I was a good person. I went to church. I was kind. I never hurt anyone on purpose.
On purpose, those two words contain everything. James 4:17 says, if anyone knows the good they ought to do and doesn't do it, it is sin for them. Today, Sarah, you face not just what you did, but what you didn't do. Not just your actions, but your inaction.
Sarah Parker, the woman who never meant to hurt anyone. Let me show you what your small choices created. Age 24, your coworker Jessica came to you crying. Her boyfriend was abusive. She showed you bruises. She begged for help for a place to stay. You said, I wish I could help, but my apartment is too small, and I don't want to get involved. She went back to him. 3 months later, he hospitalized her. 2 years later, he killed her. You could have saved her life.
I didn't know it would get that bad.
But you saw the bruises. Proverbs 24:11-12. Rescue those being led away to death. If you say we knew nothing about this, does not he who weighs the heart perceive it? You knew. You chose comfort. Age 36. Your son's friend Marcus kept staying for dinner, seemed hungry, scared to go home. Your son mentioned Marcus's dad hit him. You thought that's terrible, but it's not my place to get involved. Marcus ran away at 14, got involved with gangs at 15, shot and killed at 17. You could have called someone. Age 39. Your company was dumping toxic chemicals into the water supply. You found the reports. You thought, if I blow the whistle, I'll lose my job. Someone else will report it. No one did. 18 families got cancer. 6 people died, including 2 children. You knew. You stayed silent. They lost their lives. And your church, when the pastor preached false doctrine, covered up allegations against a youth leader, you whispered in parking lots, but never confronted him. When the church split, when teenagers lost their faith from hypocrisy, you'd been there watching, saying nothing, doing nothing. Revelation 3:16. Because you are lukewarm, I am about to spit you out of my mouth. You never pulled a trigger, but your silence killed. Your inaction destroyed. Your unwillingness to be inconvenienced cost lives, cost faith, cost souls.
That I didn't know. I couldn't see the future. I'm not God. I have my own life, my own family to take care of. I can't save everyone. Jessica's situation scared me. What if her boyfriend came after me? I have children. I had to protect them. Marcus's situation, that's his parents' responsibility. That's social services' responsibility. I'm not trained for that. The chemical dumping, I needed my job. I have a mortgage, college tuition. Whistleblowers get blacklisted. Was I supposed to sacrifice my family's security? I'm just one person. One ordinary person with limited time, limited courage. I did the best I could. Why am I being held accountable for consequences I never intended? For outcomes I couldn't control?
Sarah, my daughter, my heartbroken, well-intentioned, tragically passive daughter.
Lord, I never meant to hurt anyone.
I know. That's what makes this so painful. You're not here because you were evil. You're here because you were comfortable. Because you chose safety over sacrifice. Because you believed good intentions without good actions were enough. They're not. Luke 10:30-37, the Good Samaritan. The priest and Levite saw the beaten man and passed by. Both probably had good reasons. Both probably thought someone else would help. But that man would have died if the Samaritan hadn't stopped. I never asked you to save everyone. I asked you to save the ones I put in your path. 1 John 3:17-18. If anyone has material possessions and sees a brother or sister in need but has no pity on them, how can the love of God be in them? Let us not love with words, but with actions and in truth. You loved with words, Sarah. You said that's terrible, and I'll pray for you. But you never acted.
But I was afraid. I didn't know what to do.
Proverbs 31:8-9. Speak up for those who cannot speak for themselves. Defend the rights of the poor and needy. I never promised it would be convenient. I never said it would be safe. I said do it, because love requires risk. Justice requires courage. The company whistleblower you feared becoming? Her name is Rachel Morrison. She reported the chemical dumping 2 years after you left. She lost her job. Her marriage fell apart. She was blacklisted. But 18 families didn't get cancer. 6 people didn't die. 2 children lived. Your comfort cost 6 lives. Her courage saved 18. Matthew 25, verse 42-45. I was hungry and you gave me nothing to eat. I was a stranger and you did not invite me in. I was sick and you did not look after me. Whatever you did not do for one of the least of these, you did not do for me.
Then I'm lost.
No. 2 years before you died, something changed. Your daughter's best friend came to you, homeless, pregnant, terrified. And this time, you didn't choose comfort. You opened your home. You sacrificed your guest room for 9 months. You held her hand during labor. That young woman and her baby are alive because you finally chose sacrifice over safety. That one act of courage tipped the scales. Not enough to erase earlier consequences. Those lives were still lost, but enough to show me your heart had finally learned what love requires: action. You're forgiven, Sarah, but you'll spend eternity knowing what your inaction cost. Learn, grow, and tell others. Good intentions without good actions are worthless. How many of you are Sarah right now? Seeing needs and walking past? Witnessing injustice and staying silent? Knowing someone is hurting and choosing comfort? Telling yourself someone else will help? Your silence speaks. Your inaction has consequences you cannot see but will answer for. That coworker being abused? Help her. That neighbor dying of loneliness? Befriend him. That child showing signs of neglect? Report it. That injustice everyone whispers about? Be the one who stands up. Yes, it will cost you. Yes, it will be inconvenient. But love requires sacrifice. Faith requires courage. And eternity will hold you accountable, not just for what you did, but for what you didn't do. Stop praying for someone to help and become the someone. Stop waiting for the right moment and recognize the moment is now. The person in front of you, the need you see, it's a divine appointment. Will you pass by on the other side, or will you stop? Choose, before it's too late. If God is showing you someone you need to help right now, type "I will act," not just pray. Share this with someone who needs to understand that inaction has eternal consequences. Like if you commit to choosing courage over comfort when you see someone in need. Subscribe for reminders that love requires action and faith requires works. She never meant to hurt anyone, but her silence killed. Her comfort destroyed. Good intentions without good actions are worthless. Who is God putting in your path today? 43 years of good intentions. Multiple divine appointments missed. Unintended consequences that were preventable. Love that costs you. Nothing isn't love at all.